we'll continue and just come to a conclusion with our conversation with Zizi Kodwa, the head of presidency here in South Africa. Let's quickly talk about this Tumamina. What's going to make it different? Because seriously, Zizi, our hospitals are falling apart. Education system is in shambles. It's not me saying it. It's everybody saying it. Water is a problem. Everything seems to be a problem in communities. What's Tumamina going to do now?
You'll be amazed about the number of we're inundated by ideas from South Africans across all races since the president in his maiden State of the Nation address made this call of Tumamina send me. And I think all South Africans, they want to lend a hand. Across, we are inundated from Lutul House, from Union Building. People want to contribute to the same situation we're talking about. Not expecting anything. They've got ideas, brilliant ideas. This is a call to action. Among others, it's not to react, but it's to say at the center of it is a whole notion and the ethos of Batubili, people first.
Yeah.
And we're going to all provinces, we call to all districts, all municipalities, among others, not because ukuhlola or monitor or an evaluation, but to say we need to put people first. We need to fix things such as burst pipes, not working robots, potholes. You don't need people to protest for those things. You need leadership that is proactive, that deals with those issues. And as we go around, as we do on this Friday, when we're going to attack Ekurhuleni in its entirety, in all its zone, is among others to promote this notion of Batubili, of making sure that you prioritize people first more than anything. And our leadership, we're calling on our leadership, the deployees of the ANC, that wherever location you are, wherever you are deployed, make sure that you pull people first. And that idea is very important because what we've noticed, including 2016, among other things, people are complaining about the arrogant leadership, the social distance between the leadership and the people, and therefore leadership that is not responsive to the needs of the people. At the center of this campaign is a call to action of all South Africans, lend a hand to improve the conditions of our people, making sure that our government, working together with our people, we improve the conditions of our people.
Okay, I will withhold my congratulations until I start seeing things being done. So you can imagine a lot of South Africans would feel that way because we've been promised these things before, but hopefully this time this is the campaign that's going to work.
I can guarantee you we'll never promise you to move Table Mountain to Johannesburg because that is impossible.
Yeah.
We'll promise what is doable. Okay. Because we don't just give promises, we make commitments.
Yeah. But we've heard commitments before, though, Zizi. So, you know, it's difficult for me to believe you because when you say that we don't want people to go to the streets to protest for things that they should have, they are doing it, and they're doing it more frequently because there are some communities that have been forgotten, that nothing is happening there. They've come to a standstill. Housing, water, sanitation, schooling, you name it, everything's come to a standstill. It's not happening. They're not getting what they've been promised. And more promises now. And this is what worries me because it's the promises of government to the people of a country that infuriates them when they don't see delivery.
That's why at the center of the problems you're talking about is the absence of leadership. And it's important that as African National Congress, regardless whether you are a leader or a councillor of the ANC, if you're not doing your job, you shouldn't be occupying that position of being the councillor. If you are a premier, you must know that you are there deployed to serve the people. You are the president, you are the minister. If you're not doing what is expected, deliver the expectations and aspirations of the people, you shouldn't be in that position. We get to such troubles most of the time, if not all the times, it's because of the lack or absence of leadership at all. Yeah. Precisely the reason that we will go to these areas to identify, to find those who are lazy, who are sleeping in the job, so that we can act quickly. I can tell you, because of this campaign, we had already acted a week ago in one council municipality in Kwakwa, where we found a complete collapse of services led by the African National Congress, who were to act to remove a mayor because people in the area were quite agitated. The services had come to a complete collapse. This is the action, the campaign which will be accompanied by decisive action, unfortunately, to those who are not doing what is expected by the aspirations of the people.
Good. I want to get back to the Northwest because a lot of people asking questions here and they're not happy with the answers that have been given. And I think at the top of the list here is one, and I just choose this tweet from a viewer, Mtunzi Mamkeli, saying, why is it so difficult to recall Supra after the NEC, the ANC NEC resolution to recall him? Why are you struggling so much?
There's not been a resolution. Remember, since we met, there's been a National Working Committee. There's never been an NEC, a decision to recall. The National Working Committee, having received a detailed report, then mandated the officials led by the President to meet with Supra, appreciate the situation to him, and to make him appreciate also the difficulty that the organization is going through. And there were undertakings, commitments that were made in that interaction, is what the leadership at the moment is interacting with. That was followed by the meeting of the Provincial Executive Committee, which unfortunately that meeting made the situation much more difficult for the national leadership to intervene in the situation. We are interacting with those situations internally in the organization, but we will do whatever we need to do in the shortest period of time in the interest of the people of Northwest in the first instance. Hence we said in the shortest period of time there should be a stability, including answering the question that government has already acted urgently. What is the ANC decision in relation to the issues that Mthunzi is asking? We are acting on those issues, and we will act decisively when the right time comes.
Okay, I've got a minute left. So, very quickly, Mduduzi Manana, an MP that's been accused of once again, a lot of allegations out there that he's been involved in abuse, and yet he still remains an MP in Parliament. When the President was asked, he said he was unaware of what had happened. Obviously, that was not now, because I think now, hopefully, it's more public knowledge and he knows about it. What will happen to these MPs that are meant to be setting good examples, and yet they're still there in positions of leadership? And what's happening in this instance?
I think that conduct is quite regrettable, especially from the Member of Parliament, but also the Member of the African National Congress. That issue is being now referred to a relevant structure, such as the Integrity Committee, but also is being dealt with by the Office of the Secretary General, because it's important that we must act decisively. We can't give an impression in society that those who, because of their location of portfolios or leadership portfolios, we hesitate to act to them, and yet we don't walk the talk as the African National Congress. We will act on that issue, and I think it's been, unfortunately, we don't want to send an impression that because he's a Member of Parliament or a member of the National Executive Committee will not act. Action is coming, and that action is coming soon.
All right, we'll leave it there, Zizi. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
for giving us your views here on the programme. Zizi Kodwa, of course, from the presidency, is the head of presidency, talking to us about various issues in South Africa and particularly within the ANC. All right.